Hello and welcome. This is Seetv News coming to you live from our studios here in Lagos, Nigeria. Coming up in the news, APC Southeast Zone affirms Federal Character Commissioner's suspension. Danduje presents Idahosa as Edo Deputy Governorship candidate. Abia Assembly passes bill to stop pension for ex-governors' deputies. Thank you for joining us on Seetv News. I am Samuel Okata. The Southeast Zonal Executive Committee of the All Progressive Congress on Tuesday affirmed the suspension of Mrs. Ginika Tor by the Enugu State chapter of the party. Mrs. Ginika, a federal commissioner representing Enugu State at the Federal Character Commission, was suspended over alleged gross misconduct, anti-party activities, and attempt to create a parallel executive of the party in the state. However, arising from the Zonal Executive Committee meeting of the party in Enugu on Tuesday, the zonal leadership of the party considered the report of the Enugu State chapter suspending Tor and ratified it. A statement signed by the National Vice Chairman, APC Southeast, Dr. Ijeoma Arodiobu, noted that the Zonal Executive Committee has gratified suspension of the commissioner from the party. According to the statement, Thor had on March 10, 2024, allegedly engaged in anti-party activities and published statement whose purpose was to bring the leadership of APC Enugu and the Enugu State Executive into disrepute, contempt, hatred, and public ridicule, amongst others. Abdullahi Ganduje, the national chairman of the All Progressive Congress, has presented Dennis Idahosa as the party's deputy governorship candidate in Edo State during a meeting with the party's governorship aspirant and stakeholders in Edo State. The statement was disclosed on the party's official X handle on Monday. According to the statement, the national chairman, Dr. Abdullahi Umar Ganduje, met with the APC governorship aspirant and all the stakeholders in Edo State. During the meeting, Honorable Dennis Idahosa was presented as the party's deputy governorship candidate in the state. Abia House of Assembly on Tuesday passed a bill to stop payment of pension to former governors and the deputies in the state. It is entitled A Bill for a Law to Revoke the Abia State Governors and Deputy Governors Pension Law and for all the matters connected in addition to that. The bill was sponsored by Mr. Uchenna Okoro, the majority leader and member representing Arochukwu State constituency. The Speaker, Mr. Emmanuel Emeruwa, announced the bill's passage after its first and second reading, consideration at the Committee of the Whole, and its third reading during the day's plenary. Mukaila Mohammed has been arraigned by the Lagos State Police Command before Magistrate O.Y. Adefokpe of the Yaba Chief Magistrate Court for allegedly conspiring to commit a felony and stealing. The defendant was arraigned on 2 counts of conspiracy to commit a felony and stealing bags of flour worth 3.6 million naira from Golden Penny Flour Mill, Apapa, Lagos. The defendant was arraigned on 2 counts of conspiracy to commit a felony and stealing bags of flour worth 3.6 million naira from Golden Penny Flour Mill, Apapa, Lagos. It was gathered that an investigation was initiated on a report filed by the complainant on August 9, 2023. The complainant alleged that Mohammed, one of their drivers, was entrusted with a truck carrying 600 bags of flour for delivery to a customer in Agbara, Ogun State. However, it was later discovered that Mohammed did not deliver the flour as instructed. Instead, he diverted 120 bags valued at 3,606,790 naira and abandoned the truck at the Golden Transport Company on the Owuroshoki Expressway, Bagada. Following the report, a team of detectives was assigned to the case. They attempted to apprehend the defendant at his registered residence. However, he was not present. A court ordered for subsequently obtained to trace the defendant's phone, which revealed his location in Plateau State. Additionally, a court order was procured from the Chief Magistrate Court Abia to freeze the defendant's bank account. With the cooperation of the bank, the defendant's details were retrieved, facilitating his apprehension. The Rivers State Police Command says its officers have arrested a notorious cultist involved in a series of killings and armed robberies within Diobu area of Port Harcourt and other parts of the state. The Rivers State Police spokesperson Grace Iringe Koko, in a statement on Tuesday, said the cultist, identified as Samuel Nwokoma, aged 25, along with his gang, was responsible for the killing of 2 youths in the Diobu area of Mile 1 in Port Harcourt during an attack between March 14 and 17, 2024. Iringe Koko said the gang shot dead one Ide Sunday, aged 32, on Nanka Street by Lumumba, Diobu, Port Harcourt on March 14, and also shot George Johnson, aged 28, in the chest on Ojoto Street by Emileke Mile 1 in Port Harcourt 2 days later. She noted that the notorious cultist was apprehended following incredible intelligence by operatives by the C4I strike force by the command in conjunction with a local vigilante, leading to a raid on the camp of the Blood Star Cult gang and the recovery of cache of arms and ammunition. Away from Nigeria, the United States will contribute $300 million to Kenyan-led multinational security mission to Haiti, Secretary of State Anthony Blinken said on Monday, as the situation on ground continues to deteriorate. I'm announcing today that the United States Department of Defense is doubling its approved support for the mission from $100 million to $200 million. And that brings the total U.S. support, $300 million for this effort, Blinken said at the conclusion of the meeting of Caribbean states in the Jamaican capital of Kingston. It remains unclear when the security mission will be deployed. Kenya's Interior Minister Kituru Kindiki said earlier Monday that Kenyan troops are currently in the pre-deployment stage. It comes as a U.S. worldwide threat assessment found that gangs will be more likely to violently resist a foreign national force deployment to Haiti because they perceive it is to be a shared threat to their control and operations. The assessment underscored the challenge likely in store for the multinational security support mission. Gambia's parliament debated Monday whether to overturn a landmark law that banned female genital mutilation in the country, as some religious group in the largely Muslim nation pushed for the law to be repealed. There were protests outside the building as lawmakers discussed the private member bill that sought to decriminalize the practice in the small West African country. The motion was eventually referred to a parliamentary committee for further review, Deputy Speaker of the Parliament, Seetv SK Njik said. Njik said Parliament will make a final decision on the bill after consulting with the committee, but did not provide a timeline as the demonstrators for and against the bill gathered outside the parliament on Monday. Ireland's Prime Minister Leo Varadkar has announced his resignation in a surprise move. Speaking to journalists outside government building in Dublin on Wednesday, Varadkar said he was leaving for personal and political, but mainly political reasons, and would resign as soon as his successor could take up office. After 7 years in office, he said, "I don't feel I am the best person for the job anymore, and that a new Taoiseach, the Irish name for Prime Minister, will be better placed to secure re-election." Entertainment and sport stories, these and more after this break. Ace Nollywood actor Patrick Doley has shared his thoughts about the slogan, "What God cannot do does not exist." The Thespians stated that the slogan is silly, while noting how older slogans blunt the efficacy of profound scriptures. The Thespians stated that the slogan is silly, while noting how older slogans blunt the efficacy of profound scriptures. In a recent Facebook post, the Ethiopian bemoaned that despite the fact that the slogan had been proven to be nonsensical, people still chant it. He cautioned Christians to be wary of using phrases to avoid introducing false teachings. Ace comedian Francis Agoga, famously known as Igodai, has called on the Delta State government and by extension the federal government of Nigeria to set up a panel of inquiry into the only incident that took place in Akwoma community that left 16 soldiers dead as well as many innocent villagers. In a message he sent on Wednesday, the entertainer stressed that the good people of Akwoma community should help security operatives with useful information to fish out the perpetrators of the barbaric act and prevent innocent victims from being victims. Igodai also noted that the past few days following the incident in Akwoma community, Ughelli, Delta State, they have remained in shock and couldn't fathom what happened. Now in entertainment, popular Nigerian rapper Olamide has revealed that he preferred to be referred to as a leader rather than a boss. According to the musician, the word boss does not exist in his dictionary. Olamide in an interview stated that he considered everyone around him to be brothers and sisters. The YBNL CEO also recognized that the responsibility of a leader is to guide others to their success in life. Now in sport, Super Eagles coach Finidi George says his goals is to ensure that his team performs very well in their upcoming international friendly games to make Nigerians proud. According to Newsman, George will occupy the chief corner in the dugout when the Super Eagles confront West Africa arch rivals Ghana in an international friendly on Friday. This was after he was appointed by the Nigerian Football Federation on Tuesday to hold the reins in the meantime following the exit of Portuguese coach José Pizarro. This is coming 21 months after he began to understudy Pizarro, who led the Eagles to the second position at the 34th African Cup of Nations in Côte d'Ivoire. Brazil's justice system on Wednesday will decide whether former Manchester City and Real Madrid striker Robinho will serve his 9-year rape sentence, handed down by an Italian court in the South American country. Brazilia's Superior Court of Justice will examine the Italian request to approve the prison sentence and was imposed in 2017 and ratified in 2022. And that's the much we have for you on today's news at this hour. Many thanks for watching and many thanks to our entire news production crew. I'm Samuel Okata. From all of us here, it's bye for now.